Hey my lovely lovelies, it's Sweet here, back again with another video, and today I assume that you read the title. You already know the main subject of this video. And I must warn you, I did not script this video, which mostly means it's going to be me rambling on for probably longer than I should be. So I just wanted to quickly say that these are all my opinions, and you know, it's totally cool if you like the new LPS. These are just my opinions, and I honestly really thought that I wanted to make this video because I hadn't seen very many videos like this. Like, I've seen a few videos like bashing the new LPS, but then they're kind of like, oh, but the newer ones are better, so it's okay. You know, at least Hasbro's still making their pets. I will tell you right now, if you're looking for a video like this, like that, this is not the video. I am gonna go full on. Wow, I'm gonna go see the new episode of LPS Podcast. This is gonna be so great. Oh my god. Who are you? I'm your replacement. Everybody run! So, as most of you know, I am a major LPS collector. I have over 1,000 LPS, and if you'd like to see some of my collection, you can watch my collection tour video that I will link down below in the description. So, you know, I have always really loved LPS, even when I was younger. I haven't been like, I wasn't hardcore collecting when I was younger, but like, I'd say that I had around 300 LPS before I started hardcore collecting from when I was younger. Most of them were in top 5, but you know, I definitely had a very nice starting point when I decided to majorly collect, and I was really upset because right when I decided I was going to start collecting LPS again, these lovely things were what Hasbro had to offer. Now, don't get me wrong. We all know that this generation of LPS was god-awful, and thankfully, Hasbro said bye-bye to those, and they listened to us, and they were like, okay, I guess we can bring back the old LPS. I think I lost him. Why, hello there, young lady. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god, I'm gonna die! Yep, Hasbro did that. And yes, I admit, I'd be an idiot to say that this LPS was better than this one. I'm not that stupid, okay? But, you know, it's definitely not what we were all looking for when we thought that Hasbro was bringing back the bauble. But if you've been in the LPS community for the last 3 or 4 years, you already knew all of that. And you're like, sweet, get to the frickin' point. I did not click on this video for a whole review of the ugly LPS history. And here's my point. Oh, you've been replaced. So we're definitely not shocked at this point that yes, Hasbro has been replacing old LPS and molds with new ones. A lot of people like to think that this one is a Cocker Spaniel. I personally think that it looks a lot more like the King Charles Spaniel to me, but you know, whatever. You can't even tell what LPS dog breed it is anyways. And who cared? Honestly, who cared? And I know that there are a lot of speculations about why Hasbro decided to do this, and I think the main one, the one that I am most aware of, is that Hasbro was put under new management, and the old person who made the old LPS, they weren't alive anymore. I'm not sure if they died or not. They weren't working at Hasbro anymore. I heard that they died. I heard that they retired. I'm not 100% sure. So, you know, and that the generation where we got the old LPS back for a little bit was just the leftover bases that they had. And well, this was what they wanted to do because they had to make their own mold since the old person didn't work there anymore. So this is what they came up with. Don't get me wrong, this LPS isn't ugly by all means, but there were definitely some questionable LPS. Like, why did this dolphin need to have its bauble on its tail? Like, why was that a necessary decision? Does this even need explanation? But once again, you're probably like, sweet, we know this, get to the point, what the heck are you trying to tell us? And what I'm trying to say is that Hasbro is purposely making bad-looking pets to make a little profit off of LPS that they can before they phase the whole brand out entirely. And obviously this is sad, but it's also just kind of a fact if you think about it. Here we have one of the newest new LPS that I have received or bought, it's a lucky pet, as you can tell. I actually got pretty lucky, and I do actually like this lucky pet quite a bit. But we're all very aware of the awful, awful quality and like just in general condition that some of these pets have came in. And a lot of people have said that they just painted over old new LPS, which is just honestly really sad and pathetic. Honestly, just coming from Hasbro as a company, a well-respected toy company. And you have to think, that is not something that a toy company would usually risk doing, because, you know, if that quality is so poor that you can literally see the other paint color / plastic color underneath it, obviously a little kid could start peeling up that paint and eat that paint and get poisoned, and then sue Hasbro for, you know, toxic materials. If you've also taken a look at some of the newer LPS, it seems like the designs have just gotten simpler and simpler, like Hasbro has put in less and less work into the designs. And yes, there are some cute LPS, but think about the most complicated LPS out of the new LPS that you own. And how long ago was that made? And my guess is, if you thought which pet was the nicest that you owned, it was probably one of these or one very similar. And if you think about it, all of these LPS are actually very old. The newest one probably being this pet, one of the Galaxy pets that they came out with around this year of last year, I believe, was probably the time. And think about that, they probably planned that like a year or two ago. Just of how long it takes to get all this stuff planned. Like, all of the recent LPS, poor quality or very low effort on Hasbro's part. I mean, yeah, you can look at this panda and from first glance, it's really cute, but if you honestly take the time to look at the quality of the airbrush on this, it's kind of disgusting. It doesn't look good at all. And I honestly expected a lot better from Hasbro. Like, it's cute and I'll use her, but I mean, I'm just not overly impressed, you know? And I get it, you know, these toys are meant for kids, but just considering that Hasbro has shown us that they could do really good ombres in the past, like, what the heck? I really don't think it takes a genius to see that the ombre on this collie is a lot better than the ombre would ever be on this panda. And yes, you could argue I maybe just got a bad one because I did order her online, but you know, it's very unlikely that this is the only one that looks like this, and just how many other people have complained about the quality of the newer LPS is honestly very concerning. Now, this one might just be a little bit more of a personal opinion, but I feel like this LPS, to me, is especially a mold that Hasbro did very dirty in the new LPS, and it would be this Mustang. I know probably at first glance you're like, wow, it's really cute, and I would agree with you. Honestly, I would agree. Look at it from the front. It looks weird. Look at it from the side. It looks okay. Look at it from the back. It looks weird again because the thigh gap is like huge. Look at it from this side. It looks okay, but there is definitely something off about this in the placement of the plastic. And I mean, I might not be trying to call Hasbro out here, but it's very clear that they cut corners on the design of this Mustang. The length of its tail all the way up to the size of its head just does not look proportionately correct in the slightest. Let's just take a little side-by-side comparison, shall we? Do you see how Hasbro made it very clear that this hoof was here to cover up the massive thigh gap? Again, from that side, it looks fine. Oh, and look at that! They covered it up again with an actually nicely lengthed tail. Whoa, surprising. I'm shocked. And once again, it looks normal. It does not look normal. The size just in general just is so different and off. And again, this might just be my personal outlook on this, but I think that there is something very incorrect about that horse in particular. Another way that we can see that Hasbro has clearly been cutting corners, especially in the last year, is the amount of pets that they have just barely modified from pets that have came before it. It does not take a genius to see that these pets are literally the exact same, except one has sparkles on it. It's not like even, oh wait, let's see, this one has slightly more whites in its eyes than this one. Like, seriously, Hasbro, it is so clear that they have cut so many corners with this. Like, they're barely even releasing new merchandise now, and when they do, it's like either A, very crappy quality, B, it doesn't look good whatsoever, or C, it's basically just like a knockoff or, you know, a cheap redesign of a pet that they have already made. And just to throw in a little bit of positivity here, I won't say that all of the new LPS are bad. I mean, some of them just have questionable thigh gaps, but you know, for the most part, I really like this deer, and I do really like most of the dog and cat molds. Okay, most of the dog molds, some of the cat molds are kind of scary, but you know, for the most part, I do like some of the new LPS. Until they did this. In my personal opinion, these are one of the worst mistakes Hasbro has ever made when it comes to LPS. Just look at them. Yes, some of them are very cute, and I'm not here to deny that. But some of them are downright creepy and not worth my money, especially considering that you can tell because they're adding that pet in, they're counting it. First off, they're counting it as a full-sized pet, and they're charging you for it as a full-sized pet, along with the fact that it's taking up space where they could have spent real effort, either A, designing a normal full-sized pet, or B, you know, putting in some actual nice accessories instead of frickin' charm bracelets, Hasbro. No one wants a frickin' charm bracelet. Even with these, you can see that they are starting to cut corners. This was one of the first ones in the beginning sets that they did, and look at it, it's actually very well designed. This is probably one of my favorite ones. It's nicely textured, and it's very pretty and overall. And the ombre on it is actually pretty nice considering for its size, and it's well painted and it's well done. I really like this one. And then we get this. Oh my god, the quality difference. You could almost say that it was from two whole different brands. Like, oh my god, look at this thing. This thing is a scary thing that you would give to a child on Halloween in an attempt to make it scary but child appropriate at the same time. That's what that is. Not to mention the amount of them I have accumulated. Like, I don't want these. I don't want these. I want full-size pets, Hasbro. What do you give me? You give me these. You give me these things. Oh my god, I can't. I cannot. And half the time you can tell that they just did not care, and they were like, oh, we just need to charge him for like another pet, so we'll just throw some lumps and call it a dog. Like, what is this? I'm still trying to this day to figure out if this is a dog or a sheep. I seriously cannot tell. Like, it is just a face with clouds. That's literally what this is, and when am I ever gonna use this? Literally never. This is what you call a choking hazard, Hasbro. A frickin' choking hazard. But oh no, was Hasbro done? No. I'm not gonna take all of these out because I honestly don't really want to lose them, because guess what? They're so tiny. Honestly, these aren't even a choking hazard because they're so small that you would just digest them. Like, I doubt that's good for your immune system though, but like, I do like these a bit better than the small ones, the ones like this. I like them a little bit better just because like I can use them as like LPS, and they don't give you as many, and I don't know. I think they're actually cuter, and I feel like Hasbro actually puts more effort into these than they put into this, which is actually kind of sad because these are smaller, so you think, oh, let's put less effort into these, but I feel like they put more effort into these, which is really sad and screwed up, and okay, Hasbro, you do you. So overall, do I like the new LPS? Not really, honestly. I will say that they have definitely improved from some of the first ones that they've come out with, and they have become cuter. Some of them are cute. I've accumulated quite a few of them, and I do have to say the hungry pets were probably one of the best things that ever happened to them, honestly, but overall, I'm not super pleased, and I'm still sad to say it, but I do think that the reason why the quality and the amount of LPS have just been going down so much is that Hasbro is trying to fade out the toy naturally to the point where like no one really notices it if you think about that, that's kind of what's ending up to happen with LPS. Like, you don't see them in stores anymore, if you think about it. Like, when I go to Target, I never see them, except I see those stupid freaking tube packs with, like, the pets. That's another thing I hate. The tube packs! I think the tube packs are also one of the most stupid things that Hasbro has ever created, because it's literally just, like, the medium-sized pets and the tiny pets. And I'm like, I want a full-size pet, Hasbro. I don't want a medium-sized pet and the small-sized pet. And usually I'm like, these would look so cool if they were full-size pets. But Hasbro's like, no. Why would we do that? That costs too much money, and we're trying to phase this toy out so that we can focus on other brands and other important toys, because who cares about these anymore? They don't sell, no one buys them, and, you know, there's just this whole entire community on YouTube that constantly complains about them, so, you know, what's the point? Overall, I don't think Hasbro has been making very good decisions for LPS, and because of that, I think it has really run the brand down into the mud, and I don't think at this point that there is anything that can save it. And I doubt that LPS will make it much longer as a brand. It's not going to do well, it's not been doing well, and that's something that we've all known. And it is kind of sad, because that also just means next generation of LPS tubers is just become fewer and fewer and fewer until the community fades out. But who the heck cares at this point? I mean, YouTube's already gonna just murder all of us anyways, so, you know, what's the point? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you actually listened to me ramble on this long about plastic and how much I hate it. The only good thing about the new LPS is the fact that it's not completely plastic, it's now more rubber, and rubber decomposes easier, so I mean, I guess it's better for the earth. Not like it feels better, but, you know, I guess there's that. Great job, Hasbro, being environmentally aware with just about one thing. Oh wait, then you took all of that back with all the plastic that you put into the Lucky Pets to kill the earth. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Hasbro. We're all very thankful. Anywho, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. And, you know, subscribe if you feel like it. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to listen to me ramble on in a whole nother video. So, you know, I love you guys. I hope to see you guys later in my next video, and stay sweet.